What's going on, everybody? Super King Ghidorah here, back with the top 5 Smite Guardians, and look, it didn't take a year this time. So basically, same with the Hunters and same with the Assassins. Top 5 that I personally like, that I play with throughout my Smite career, if you can call it a Smite career. I'll try to keep it simple and sweet, basically what I like about the characters and what still can be better, you know, to improve them, or what could have put them higher on the list, you know. As for when I'm going to actually get back to uploading again, I apologize for that. I told y'all that I will be back doing it last Friday. I thought I would be. I still ran into some complications. I'm still trying to sort all that stuff out, so I can get back to uploading for you all. So I just hope you're bearing with me, because until then I will still pump out videos, whether it's gonna be the little Yu-Gi-Oh stuff I'm doing on the side, or if it's gonna be stuff like this, where it could be top 5 discussion, not top 5 discussion, but it's gonna be top 5 discussion videos, or whatever I can, give you all that hopefully will be considered good content. So without further ado, let's get into the top 5, shall we? Starting with number 5. Okay, coming in at number 5 is Cabrakan. Now, I actually kinda had a hard time deciding if I wanted to be Cabrakan or Ymir, because Ymir is really good and so is Cabrakan. Like, Ymir has CC and Cabrakan has CC, but I'm gonna have to go with Cabrakan on this one, just because when I actually played Cabrakan, and this was early on in Smite, back on the PC actually. When I first played Cabrakan, I felt like, wow, I can really go on the attack with this Guardian. Like, Cabrakan did good damage for a Guardian. That's how I was looking at it, like compared to Athena or so at the time, because I was still getting used to the Guardian role. As you know, they're supposed to soak up the damage. You're really the support. You're not supposed to be getting the kills. You're supposed to help secure the kills. And Cabrakan does both in my eyes. He secures the kills and he can get the kills. He has that ground pound, which is really good, because when you hit enemy gods with it, it has a CC effect, as where it draws them in and kind of makes it hard for them to escape. I mean, they can still escape, but it takes a little bit, just a little bit of effort. He has, he has the shield thing where he can stun you with his shield. Because he has these 2 big shields on the side, on his arm, on his right and left arm. He's carrying the 2 shields, right? So he can bash you with both of the shields and stun you. Oh man, can I think about it though? I should play more Cabrakan. Cabrakan is pretty viable. I think he's still pretty viable. I haven't used him now because I have like my 3 Guardians, which you will see as this list goes on. But all in all, Cabrakan is a good god. His ultimate, he slams the ground and he sends up these mountain, basically these rocks. They're supposed to be mountains, so for the lore and all that, but let's just call them what they are. They're just these big stone slabs, and you can trap opponents with them, like 1 or 2 gods, unless they can jump over the walls or whatnot. But trapping enemy gods spells, certain doom for them. What could make Cabrakan better? I mean, he can break through those ultimate. He can break through his ultimate, and it can be broken through. I would say I wish the enemy can't be broken through, but then that'd be stupid. 'Cause I mean, you won't have no way out. Like, come on now, you don't get no chance to actually escape. You know what? I actually think Cabrakan is fine as he is. If you think that you have an idea that can make him better, let me know. Leave it down in the comments, and let's move on to number 4.
Terra.
Coming in at number 4 is Mother Earth herself, Terra, or as I know her by her much more cooler Greek equivalent, Gaia. As you've seen in my Smite videos, I've titled it Gaia instead of Terra, but you know that's just me. I like some of the Greek names more than the Roman names, with the exception of Hercules and Bellona, and I think there was another one. But yeah, Gaia is a guardian that's come with a healing factor. Like, when I think about it, it reminds me of DC Universe when you pick the nature role and they can heal for a whole lot. That's basically what Gaia reminds me of on Smite. But she comes with the added bonus of her stone slab, her earth slabs that she conjures. She can shatter them with her first ability. Her first ability is a charge, and it plays into her second and third ability. Now, let's go with her second ability. Her second ability is she pulls up 2 stone slabs, and when you press the ability button again, they slam together, and the enemy caught between them is stunned. Now that's a good ability, but if you want, instead of stunning them, because an enemy is caught in between her stone slabs, they're slowed for a little bit. They experience a little bit of slow while they're in between those 2 stone slabs, and that allows Gaia to use her first ability and charge into one or both of the slabs, and they'll send out a cone shatter shrapnel of damage. And per the first ability says that if you do this to one of her stone slab abilities, she can charge again, which means if you do it with her level 2, you can hit one stone slab, come back around and hit another stone slab. That's pretty cool. Now, my opinion, I have a lot more work that needs to be done with Gaia, as I am not really good with Gaia. I'm not really good with Gaia, as you've seen in my videos. I try, but I could definitely be better. Her third ability is the healing one I was talking about. She summons this stone monolith, and it creates a healing field for all her allies. Now she is to use her first ability and charge into that, it turns into a damage zone for enemy gods, and which what I like is because it roots them for a little bit, and they take damage while they're there, and as long as they continue to be there after the root ends, they still take damage, which is good for Gaia if she wants to go on the offense and, you know, take on a solo character like a weakened hunter or something like that. Her ultimate, pretty good too, is she summons like these protective stones around all her teammates, and when you take a certain amount of damage, the stones activate and they heal. Now, they have a property where they can damage enemy gods. I don't know if that's new or not. I've never paid that part any much attention. As for what could be better for Terra, I feel like if she's gonna go on the attack, maybe she can hit just a little bit harder. I mean, similar to Cabrakan, like I wouldn't have no problem with her being the female equivalent of Cabrakan, able to take damage and then dish it back out. That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah, that's what they can do to make Gaia a little bit better. Let her do just a little bit more damage. Everything else with her is fine. Like, her healing ability is really, really awesome, and we'll be getting to another guardian that comes with some good heals in a bit. But let's see what number 3 has to offer first.
Ares.
Our bronze medal is the god of war himself. Oh man, when I finally tried out Ares, which was on the console, I was beginning to see why he is picked. And the man is fun. What can I tell? I like throwing them chains and then burning them down. Like, if you can land all 3 of those chains you slow your enemy, you slow the enemy god. So if you hit all three of those chains, you can imagine they're gonna be pretty slow. And that fire he does a whole bunch of damage. Ares' basic damage I think could still be better. All his damage really do come from his abilities. That's where his main source of damage comes from. It's like basic damage could be better, but ability damage makes up for it, especially when you in lane with a good teammate. He has this bolster defenses, which is like a damage mitigation thing if I'm remembering right. But what makes Ares a prime pick is his ult, and which is what leads to the thing of Blink Ares. And I know at this point you all know what a Blink Ares is. He blinks in, uses ult, pulls you out, or pulls you into the tower. Either way, you're fucked, okay?
Let me introduce you to the old ball and chain.
Ares is fucking awesome. Excuse my language. As you know, I'm supposed to be working on my profanity and making this a more friendly channel. But I can't help it if sometimes profanity is the best way to sum up how I feel about something. And Ares is fucking awesome. He is. He could definitely end up getting higher on the list, probably trading places with my number 2. But I like my number 2 for a different reason, in which we're about to get into. But yeah, Ares is good for beginners. Ymir is the free guy, so if you know if you're getting new in the Smite, Ymir is the free guy, so you want to test him out. If you're trying to get into the Guardian role, you get good with Ymir. But after you get a feel of the Guardian role with Ymir, I recommend you pick up Ares. You won't be disappointed. Ares is the definition to me. Well, I can't say the definition or he would be number 1, but Ares is definitely the right path on to the Guardian, the Guardian role. So yeah, pick him up. You'll like him.
Artio.
Silver medal goes to Mama Bear herself, Artio. Now, when she was released, I was excited for her because of her kit. Now, not too often, I'm not gonna lie, not too often am I really fond of guys that just change stance instead of having an actual ult, but with Artio, I learned to get used to it. And as I was just saying about a Guardian with good heals, I like to think Artio has good heals. Like, she has 2 healing abilities, one for allies and then one for herself. And the one for the allies is like, it's a cone shaped ability, and when she lands it, if there are any allied gods next to her within a certain unit width or radius, or however that term is used, they get healed for a little bit. And then she has her mainstream heal that allows her to heal herself substantially, if you ask me, especially if you got the right items on, like what is that, Rod of Asclepius or something like that. Yeah. Now she does good damage. Her basic damage is really good, and this is just for her druid stance, which is her human form. Her basic attack damage is good. Basically, like I was saying, Terra needs to hit. Terra needs to hit similar to Artio to me, or maybe Terra does. Maybe Gaia does hit better than Artio, but the way I've been building Artio when I play her, I haven't seen that. Moving on, her second ability, which is what I really come to love, it's a cripple. Basically, she puts what looks like these vines down on the ground. They're in a circle around her, and they move when she moves. So it stops enemies like Tyr from jumping away, which is really good because, whoo, do I hate Tyr and that damn jump of his. Jumping out. Oh, bad memories. Anyway, she lets me shut down Tyr, which I could not be any more happier to do. Now moving on, her fourth ability lets her switch into her bear stance, which is where her main damage comes from. Now that's when she starts doing damage, which is why you could say I definitely like Artio. Because if her Jewish stance does okay damage to me with the way I build her, that means the bear is hitting out of the box. And the bear comes with a charge, similar to Sun Wukong in his ox stance or whatever animal that is. She has a stun, which is like a roar, and then she has the main attack ability, which is 2 swipes from the bear claw, and that shit hurts. That hurts. And then of course her ultimate, or the 4th ability, is just her switching into her Jewish stance, which is good because when you're in one stance, you can see when the other abilities come off a cooldown in the other stance. So it's like you know when to switch back and forth. So you can be in bear mode, initiate the attack, switch to druid, get your heals back on while crippling the enemy gods, so your teammates can catch up and either finish them off or keep things going until you switch back into bear stance and help your team get a deicide. But while Artio is awesome, there's only one more guy that can do it better than her.
Athena.
I know y'all had to see this one coming. Hands down, without a doubt, I know y'all had to see this one coming, that Athena is the gold medal, my number 1 Guardian. It's like, what's the perfect word to describe Athena?
I am Rockstar!
Yeah, she's a rock star. How is she a rock star? That's why she's a rock star. I know I'm not the only one that loves to drop in and save, and like save your teammate. You just drop in. You feel so fucking important when you drop in with that ult and either save the day. It isn't no either save the day. You save the day because either you take out the enemy god before they take out your teammate, or you do enough damage that puts things back in your teammate's favor that lets them get the kill. Like Athena is, her passive is so damn good. Like her passive and her ability, everything about Athena is just good. Shoot, matter of fact, it's like after you get a feel for Ares, just get Athena. If you want to try out Artio, Gaia, Kabrakan, more power to you. But after you get your feel with Ares, just go pick his sister, Athena. There's a reason she is the goddess of both wisdom and strategic warfare. She plays so damn strategic. That's how you have to be, because of how her ability is. Like her charge, which they nerfed. I heard. I gotta test that out actually, because that charge used to hurt so fucking much before they nerfed it. You would get so much damage off of that, and after you got a successful charge, right? I think you got a block effect on it, and if you did a taunt, you would be able to throw her spear. Or no, if you did the charge, I believe if you got the charge, then you got the ability to throw her spear instead of as a basic attack, meaning that you can throw them down at the minions and do some damage. It wasn't exactly good for clearing, but it was good at least damage wise still. Like, come on, doing that some minions, throw it at an enemy god trying to run away. But the point is, she gets 3 points of block for her abilities and whatnot. And what that does is when them blocks are used, it's been a while since I played Athena, but it's either that excuse me, I'm getting tongue tied here, but the points of block is either you don't take damage or you take one hell of a mitigation, meaning you don't feel that shit at all. So it's either you don't get damage, or the mitigation is the amount of mitigation you get is so high you barely feel the damage, and you get 3 points a block of that shit. So you can imagine how good Athena is, how valuable she is in a team fight, especially with her taunt, which is her number 2 ability, meaning she has a cone for this one, and any enemy guys in that cone that are hit by the taunt are immediately pulled back towards Athena, which means she can hit them with another ability, or they're finna get pulled into a Hades ult, a Odin ult, a Zeus ult, a Cabrakan ult, however it's finna be done, a Thoth ult, shoot. And then her third is that she summons down some Athenian soldiers. They do damage on the way down, and then they do damage as they disperse. All in all, Athena is definitely the rock star. She is the best to me. And I hope that y'all heed my word and grab Athena, give her a try. I really think you still won't be disappointed, even though they nerfed her first ability. There's still ways to make a nerfed ability or still character good. You know, you just gotta switch up what, you know, how you build them. That's all. At the end of the day, when it comes to these Guardians, it's all about how you build them. And I'm really hoping that y'all like Athena, and I'm really hoping that y'all enjoyed my top 5 Guardian video. After this, there's only the Warriors left, and I really haven't played that many Warriors, so who knows, it might not actually be a top 5 Warrior. It'll probably just be a top 3, because I think I've only played 3 or 4 Warriors. So yeah, as always guys, I need y'all to stay cool, be nice to each other in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as well for more, as well as subscribe to my fellow RLG members. You can find that on my YouTube channel, is with the RLG section right next to it. As always everybody, stay cool. Peace out.